So where do you move forward from there after this whole Aaliyah situation and stuff? What were some other artists you were working with at that time there?
I mean, I've worked with the whole world. You know, Usher was pretty soon after that. I was doing all those Usher videos.
Yes.
You Got It Bad. You Don't Have to Call. You know, Sean Paul was around that time.
Big time there.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, reggae returned.
Let's talk about that. You see right there, it seems like that right there Toronto gave birth to a lot of those artists at that time, the Sean Pauls, the Rihannas and stuff. But we as an industry, we didn't really get the shine yet, but we're giving all these guys the birth.
Yeah. Well, it was the thing about Toronto and our West Indian background, but our North American swag translated Jamaican culture and West Indian culture in a way that it fit the world, you know what I'm saying? So those kids dancing, just all that, what we brought.
Yeah.
Pivotal to
100%.
bringing that music back to, you know what I mean? Because Gimme The Light was long done on the radio. If you were a radio station that played Gimme The Light, that time had passed.
You're 100% right.
That song had run. But then the video came out and gave it a whole new life.
Yeah.
Gave it a whole new life on the radio stations who used to play it, and gave it a new life to, like, the world discovered him.
Yeah.
It became Sean Paul. And all till now, he is the last real reggae star to come from the genre.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very interesting. I remember being in a car with, you know, a bunch of Toronto, just normal kids. They're not in the business. And they're playing soca, and they could name more soca artists than they could current reggae artists.
For sure.
So it was a very big, and that's a shift.
Yeah.
That was a giant shift.
100%.
So that's where we are now with it. But so for the fact that Sean is still, you know, you need a guest, right? You go, hey, we need a reggae. We should have some reggae on this track. Sean Paul's who they call.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's big right there. How did you even come up with the concept for that video there?
I mean, I can't even, it just came to me. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Sets, lights, dancing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and that was another. It was a reggae had never been given a legitimate, you know, hip hop style music video, like that, like a set driven, like a big set, like the way the rappers had it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They had never had that, and then and I was in that time of my skill set, building sets, building graphic, visually pleasing sets is one of my skill sets. You know what I mean? Like you remember Let's Get It with Puff and all them, and even down the Hotline Bling, and like, you know what I mean? Cardinal's video, Old Time Killing. Like that's the graphic design side of me. That graphic sensibility informs that part of my music video style. So giving a reggae artist, essentially, which is, you know, a cousin to hip hop, right? For sure. Or half brother, I don't know. Island,
a family member.
Yeah. See that? That's your brother still. So it was that, right?
Okay.
And so to give that to a reggae artist, where it all fits so well, but the Toronto kids doing West Indian, like Jamaican reggae dances, but with the polish of the North American style, with a big kind of fancy, slick hip hop music video with this young, you know, handsome reggae artist with it all just
the perfect storm.
It all clicked, and for a moment, you know, it really ran. You know, tons of reggae artists rode that wave until somebody in New York City, you know what I mean, said, "You know what they're saying about gay people?" And they literally said, and pause.
Yeah, just like that.
And only Sean, you know what I'm saying? You know the movie when, like, in the spaceship, and the thing explodes, but then the spaceship goes, the heroes, escapes. Sean Paul was the lone spaceship. He was the USS Enterprise that escaped that pause button.
Because he was never really that type of artist anyhow. He was more party, let's have fun, girls, and all that stuff.
Yeah, you would have to really dig in to find his look. You know what I mean? Like, he's from the West Indies, so there's a culture there, but he was never, you know, all the, like, blatant homophobic songs. And like, he was not that guy. That, you know, look, bro, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It was a shame. And it's been a while since I've really heard... I mean, it must have changed a bit back island side. I'm sure that it's hard to break old habits.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
But with the advent of the internet, where the world is more even playing field, you kind of know outside of your backyard what's going on, so it kind of toned down. And only unless you're ignorant and this is what I'm sticking to, then most likely you know better right now.
You know better. At some point, you got to like, all right, it's time to do some logic on it. And as well, even growing up, like we're at that point too, beyond even just the logic of how that's going to affect. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
My guy, like, like live your life. Ain't no one care. Remember when was it Clark Kent got caught? Like he had picked up a transvestite or something like that.
Clark, I thought it was Mr. C.
Mr. C. Mr. C.
Yes.
And I was in New York when all that happened. He's like, I'm leaving hip hop. I'm out. And everyone's on the radio like, bro, stop. Come here. Come back. No one cares. No one
This isn't
cares.
back then.
Come be. Whoa. Sit down, bro.
Yeah.
No one cares, dog.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's so
and no one.
crazy.
It's true. No one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone's what's the first gay? No one cares.
No, man, it's so crazy, but it's just one of those things. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.